Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are excited to bring you, in just a moment, our finals for our top 8, our Invitational for Canlander, here at Enter the Battlefield, Ontario, Canada.
Getting way better at that.
We're getting way better at it. Hey, by the end of the day, we've got it down pat.
Yeah.
My name is Will.
I'm Adam. We are have been your hosts all day today, commentating all of the powerful magic that's been happening. So many 1-mana blue counterspells, I can't even keep track of them. We're probably going to see more of those this round.
Yeah.
I think we need to go back and take a look at what has happened thus far in the bracket. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
So we started off the day watching Sia battle against Eric, a grudge match from our last invitational tournament. This time Sia took it home. You know, he beat the grudge. I don't know, whatever. With Jeskai Green, and then he has propelled himself into the finals.
He's almost, ever since the first game, right, with us, he has been on a roll. It seems like his deck is speaking to him, right?
Yeah, he really rallied.
He really rallied.
After the Tishana's time
after his
misplay.
first misplay, it's come together for him, right? Yeah. We've seen Matthew take down some formidable opponents. I was hoping, I'll be honest with you, to see some Gruul monsters, but that was our first match done. And he even took down Cameron as well, pretty convincingly after a bit of a scape shift mishap as well.
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that as well. And then we just had Dave and Sia as well just play, and that was a rough one. But now we're here in the finals, and we're excited to see these games. Now, we've looked at these deck lists before. We'll look at Sia's here right now. Namesake of it for Canlander as well, right? We have Ancestral Recall. We saw this card draw 6 cards within one turn, really. And
discard 4.
Yeah, and discard 4.
It was like a weird, careful consideration. Remember that card?
Yeah. It was like, things got out of hand, and in that game, his opponent couldn't come back. The card advantage of this deck, that's its namesake, right? It's playing some fair magic, right? It's not trying to use soul lands and, get ahead really quick. It's controlling the board, using its, powerful counter spells that it has, and some great other
good
planeswalkers that we haven't seen yet.
Cosmo, Kramer, the Stellar... No, it's Cosmo. I mean, Sia's deck is just a ton of powerful cards. Can't really say anything other than that. And we really have seen just him be able to play these very controlling cards at the right time. It didn't seem like he stumbled too much of like, oh, he's got this spell pierce, but the opponent's playing like a creature. Like, it was always really just top notch. Stifle was huge in that last match as well.
It was big.
But what we're probably going to be seeing shortly here, and if I were betting man, I think Sia has the edge because Matthew, with the Sultai Reclamation deck, has just, I think, an overall higher card quality in the deck.
Yeah.
Like, Matthew maybe can go over the top, but again, like, kind of like with what we were talking about with the Rug Scape Shift matchup against Sultai Rec, I don't think Matthew can play like a Wilderness Reclamation to a bunch of open mana and hope that it resolves. Yeah,
and it's going to be tough in that way too, because there's a lot of spot removal, right? We're looking at kind of the suite here, right? A Cryptic Command as well. Sia's permission spells are pretty low CMC, right? And if he's trying to get this Wilderness Rec out and then kind of go into his routine of getting larger card advantage, getting this Wilderness Rec, and then what was it called as well? We had, why am I forgetting? 2-mana enchantment.
Azcanta.
Azcanta as well, right? Which it took away that one game as well. And it's going to be a lot harder to have that, as it's going to be into open mana.
Yep.
And if you act first in these matchups, it could be devastating. You could lose.
Well, and then also let's imagine this play pattern. Say Matthew's on the play, and then he plays Search for Azcanta on turn. Say he's on the draw. Draw is always worse. Draw. He plays Search for Azcanta, and then Sia untaps and plays White Plume Adventure.
Oh goodness!
Like, I think you just lose. At that point. I don't think there's any coming back from that.
Yeah, I don't know what he'd do if Sia did that. And even in that fact, too, he could play Aragorn, right, and have the Monarch, right? And that's going to be tough to get back and Sia is just going to kind of start burying him. So there's lots of things to consider for both of these players, and making sure that they have the right play patterns. The play draw is going to matter a lot too here, and what they're keeping in their hands. They're going to want to curve out the best they can and hitting their land drops. I think that's the big thing, is hit every land drop if you can.
So we are shortly going to go over to the gameplay here. It looks like let's do it. It's not Sai, it's Sia. That's okay. We're gonna edit that. No worries.
Don't worry.
It's been a long day, folks. So please be patient with us.
Perfect.
Yes. So Sia is on the left with Jeskai, and Matthew on the right with Sultai Reclamation. Matthew was on the play, which I think is really helpful. Right now, he's not gonna. You can play you can play Search for Azcanta and not have Sia follow up with a White Plume Adventure right off the hop, which is a big deal.
Yeah, and I think it might look like kind of our second match that we watched. Oh, there we go. We're back.
I moved. Sorry.
It moved. We all moved. Where not much may happen within the first couple of turns here, as each player is just kind of sculpting their hand, not wanting to make the first move, and then try to have a big threat stick. With some protection in some way.
We have Nightmare Newborn in the chat. Finally, green decks on top. I mean, I feel like both of these decks are like green by association. Like
it's really just to get the good cards, right? Like we're looking at the Wilderness Wreck. We're looking at Oko. I think they both
Endurance.
have Okos. Endurance that we were having here too, right? So.
And then like Sia is like Omnath, Oko. Minsk and Boo, right? Like these are, they're green, but he's really just splashing green. Ren and 6, right? Like Uro as well. But that's just kind of how the mana kind of works. What is that?
I think that was a
card?
Thought Scour.
Thought Scour, yes. So Sia playing an alternate art, actually this exact version of Thought Scour, milling a couple cards, just putting some things in the bin that he can maybe hit with a Dreadhorde Arcanist later, for example.
A Wasteland coming out. That's a nice little temple play there. Stay on top of the land count here, right? No Stifle this time.
That would have been brutal.
That would have been. And playing a Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Not ideal playing that as a land drop tapped, but you got to do what you got to do. Kind of going back to that, you don't want to miss a land drop in this and fall behind.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that tells me that Sia is really light on lands in his hand. Oh, but he looks like he's ripped a Prismatic Vista. But yeah, his deck does want to have like multiple different colors of mana. And so having double blue, while helps with something like a counterspell, it's otherwise I don't think it's super useful for him. So, but Matthew's keeping on top with the land drop. So
we'll see how he does with it.
He's just ripping it.
Wow,
this has got to be getting countered.
There's this. Yeah, okay. And it's exiled too. That is actually pretty big because he does have Ewit in his deck, and it's now gone. Maybe. So I think the namesake of the deck. I don't know. We are almost 4.5 hours of when we first started this tournament. These guys are in the big seats right now playing it out. Maybe you're seeing if your opponent is ready for something like this quick, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of a check on Sia here, but he's got the counterspell.
I am curious if Sia is going to be able to untap and put down something beefy. Like if he plays Aragorn or something.
Oh, that'd be good. Even White Bloom, like not bad.
Oh, there's all the and he just passes it back. Okay.
So more reactive, it looks like it. Even like a Baby Teferi would have been good too, right? And pass back as well. Okay, draw 2.
All right, just a draw 2. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something better than Chemister's Insight.
Or I guess maybe he's looking at the Jumpstart piece, but I feel like
he has Fact or Fiction, but I would even be keen on playing that one with Foretell. The Scry 2, Draw 2 that can be foretold. But I guess, Jumpstart has some value there as well.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's kind of, we've talked about it before here as well, is just 100 card singleton, you're going to have to go down sometime the barrel of the cards of what you're getting. Narset, okay, that's a good one.
That Could be good, but
And
and
he
it's
says
gone.
But is he going to say no back?
Oh,
This
might see
sticking
something.
and not minusing might be really good.
I would minus.
You
I think I would.
minus still?
I guess
It's
it
gonna be
opens
hard
it
to
up
kill
to
for 5, right?
Yeah,
So-
I guess it opens it up to
Lightning Bolt.
if you might.
Oh, wow,
just
wow.
battling over this Narset.
Okay.
So both players are going to be like way down in resources in their hands.
Might be a lot of draw go now. Okay, pass
think-
the turn back.
Yeah, I don't know who that favors.
Narset sticking is rough. Dress down.
Okay, are we going to see the famous? So for those of you just tuning in the first match, we watched Sia play a dress down on his opponent's end step, which makes the card stick around for the remainder of your own turn. And on his own turn, he played a Tishana's Tidebinder, hoping to stifle the effect of a Retrofitter Foundry, but because the dress down was still in play, he bamboozled himself. Yeah. Well, this is pretty good.
Oh, wait.
Dig through time.
Dig through time. Treasure Cruise.
Seems like a pretty good. It's dig through time.
Dig through. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're digging. We're digging.
We're digging through
we're
it?
Digging. Yeah, and looking at Sia's points list, so 8 of those points of the 10 you're allowed in Canadian Highlander, he's used on Ancestral Recall, which has proven to be a very good card, not only in these matches, but I think just in games in Canlander everywhere. And his other 2 points are 2 big delve spells that also are card advantage related. So Dig Through Time that we're seeing here in Treasure Cruise.
Where are Treasure Cruise? Where is it?
Yeah,
Or
there
draw
it is.
3.
And so, Sia being able to pick the best 2 cards out of the top 7 of his deck, which is a deck full of very powerful individual cards. It's
gonna favor him
seems
here.
pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to want to play a land, if anything, and plays a Triumph. Not maybe the best, of course, with tap, but it is going to get him his colors, and looks like preordained here, too.
This is interesting because, this is Sia's own turn, and he's tapping very low.
He's got 5
which,
cards, Matthew.
Which either tells me that he is not too concerned about what Matthew may follow up with, or maybe more. Well, no, but he played both Force of Negation and
Force of
Force of
Negation
Will.
and Force of Will.
So what's going on here?
There's nothing.
He's got days. Maybe he's going to play on days.
Oh, wow, he
but
just dropped.
nothing happened.
Draw goes.
Nothing happened. All right, never mind.
Okay.
That would have been a good spot for Primordial Mist.
Yes, it would be a good spot
Yes.
for Primordial Mist. Okay, 4.
Is this
Talking
Aragorn?
about just waiting, right, for the right time. Almanac.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is the first time that we've seen this card come up today. This is a good one.
A modern staple.
Didn't it get banned? No, wait.
No.
No.
Fury.
It got banned in Pioneer.
Pioneer, yeah.
Right.
And what is this
That
card?
is a mortality something or other, I think.
Mortality.
Or, no, wait.
Yes.
Mortality Spear. Yeah.
The spell costs 2 less if you've gained life. Destroy target non-land.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
You know what?
Is there a lot of game life in his deck?
No, I haven't
Okay.
seen a single one.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is just an all-purpose
Destroy.
removal spell,
Yeah,
right?
so Seal will
fair.
still draw a card from that, right? It's a
Yes.
it's a 1-for-1.
Instant, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he's got Library of Alexandria. I don't think he's quite at 7 cards in his hand. And it looks like we are loaming, Life from the Loaming, back a Wasteland, and I think it was another fetch land.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
A Wasteland's gonna.
Put some pressure on Sia's land base, potentially. Decides not to play it, though.
Interesting.
I would...
I feel.
Oh...
Okay, this is one of these new cards
All
here.
right, well, welcome to the grim darkness of the far future.
Triumph of Saint Catherine.
Yeah, it's a good card.
It's a 5/5 for 2. That has lifelink.
Sia is pretty lucky to have literally ripped that off the top with
Yeah,
no
nothing.
setup whatsoever.
And he has a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
And follows
now,
up
too.
with the Jace Mind Sculptor, which arguably is the thing that would be used to set this kind of thing up. And he's like, no,
I don't
I'm
need
just going
that.
to do it au naturel.
I'm going to top deck a great card.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play a good card so I can top deck other great cards.
Yeah.
Did he brainstorm with it? He must have, right?
Yeah, he's left it at 3, which I think makes sense. I
Through
think
the
there's,
lands.
especially because Matthew has a fetch land. There's no point fate sealing your opponent. Probably no point fate sealing yourself. You're not worried about Lightning Bolt from the Sultai deck, which is I think the most common card that would kill a Jace on 3.
But what happens if you do Fate Seal them and leave it on top?
Well, they're still fetching. I think they're fetching no matter what.
What happens if it's still a good card? You're playing those mind games? Maybe not. I feel like this.
I mean, if I'm in Matthew's spot, I just like
you still want your land.
It's like prisoner's dilemma or something. I don't know. It's always correct to just do this.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if it's true that in the prisoner's dilemma, it's always correct to
I don't know
to whatever the choice is. But
this just went from like bad to worse. I feel like a 5/5.
I mean,
looking down, murderous cut.
So Sia is low on mana, so like this is the time maybe for Matthew to do something. It looks like he's playing the Murderous Rider. I'm gonna bring up Murderous Rider here.
Yeah. Is he playing it right away too?
It looks like
it should be
but
6 to play.
I think it's
total.
6 mana total, and it only looks like he's tapped 5 mana to me, but maybe I'm not seeing a tucked away land or something. Anyway, the other problem is that there's a 5/5 lifelinker.
That's it. Okay, no, it's on an adventure. It was just played in the middle of the board still. So,
okay.
I don't know.
All right.
That's the only reasonable thing. So it looks like we're going to...
he had played Life from the Loam and then the Murderous Rider, I guess?
No, Murderous Rider was first, but I guess it was on an adventure, but it looked like it was played afterwards, but he was still mana short.
Yeah.
So he's playing the Wasteland this time. He's hitting the Triome. So now Sia's land base is under attack. So
but I mean, in this particular situation, I feel like Sia is the one that's like, yeah, that's okay. I have a 5/5.
I'm going to keep hitting you for it.
Yeah, and the Sultai Reclamation deck does have a handful of answers, I think, to a big creature like this, Assassin's Trophy. Can't Fatal Push that, but you got Hero's Downfall, maybe, where's the Drown in the Lock?
I think there's Cut Down works too, does it?
No, it's total power and toughness 5 or less.
Oh.
So you have like Drown in the Lock, there's a few different ways, Vraska's Contempt.
There's some options for him to get it out. Oh, looks like he's playing the kicker, but he has a mental misstep.
Mental misstep on your. Oh my.
Okay.
These 1 mana counter spells that he is playing have just been insane every time. I mean, we're not seeing the times where they're not being played.
Exactly.
But every time we see them, it's been pretty
Cast Life from the Loam. I think Matthew's goal here is just to keep attacking the land base right now. Like what? I mean, until he has a way to deal with this creature.
Yeah, I mean, he's not so close to dying, but he can't be just doing this forever.
Yeah. We'll go to 9 next turn, right?
He'll go to 8.
Oh.
13 minus 5. Yeah, it's
okay,
5/5. So,
okay, attack for 5. Draw, attack.
The other problem too, he keeps loaming or keeps dredging Life from the Loam. If you're trying to look for a removal spell, you can't be dredging because every time you dredge, you're not drawing a card. So.
Do you think he dredges here again? No way.
I can't. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right. So welcome to the gun show. This is the
Welcome to the adventure.
Yeah. Welcome to the initiative. So. We talked about initiative a number of times today, and basically every time we've seen it, the only time it actually, I feel like, changed hands was in the first round.
Yes.
Between Eric with the Retrofitter Foundry tokens and the Thopters actually being able to go over what Sia was playing. But like in this position where Matthew has no creatures on the board, and this is a
5/5/3/3.
You're in a bad way, I think, if you're Matthew.
Is he dead next turn if he doesn't deal with one of these threats? Because
he has to hit both. Or no, sorry, he has to hit. Even dealing with one, he'll be okay.
Because the next he can drop down into
the
Forge,
I see what you're saying.
Right?
The Forge will -5 him.
No, well, so he goes to the Forge, puts 2 counters, 5, 6, 7. So he does have to kill one of these creatures.
But this would be correct.
Yeah.
If he kills even the White Plume, he's at 1. The problem is, if he doesn't take the initiative away, then he's losing 5 life.
Then he's dead no matter what,
unless he gains
life.
A bunch of life, which he has.
It could happen.
Maybe.
It could happen.
I mean, he has the lifelink creature, but I mean, a 2/3 body is looking pretty bad against a 3/3 and a 5/5 and that's not even counting the 2 +1/+1 counters that are likely to come down.
He's got a Wasteland in hand. I think he has another land from the Life from the Loam. I don't know what else he has. He has the Murderous Rider, but that's a 2/3. It's gonna gain him 2 life and chump block the 5/5. But
One of the 5/5s, because
yeah, he's gonna make probably both of them
I assume
5/5s.
they'll be both 5/5 shortly.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Matthew here. He's got a bit of an uphill battle. Are you casting the Murderous Rider here?
You might be forced to. Like looking at Matthew's deck, if we were to bring that up for a hot second here, I guess something like maybe a True Name Nemesis would help
That'd be
stop the
good.
bleeding a little bit, and also allow you to take the initiative back.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like Scarab God, I love the card, and it's sweet, but
a
it's
great
like
flavor
it's
card.
It's
5 mana.
it gets exiled by Path to Exile or Swords or something, or just gets countered, right?
Counterspell.
Yeah,
Just
counterspell. Counterspell seems pretty good. So something like Uro could maybe
Uro,
help him get back
life
into
gain,
it.
Get a 6/6 after.
Yeah, and that's big enough to tussle, though he can make the
Oh.
So this is a value
Oh.
Tainted Pact, it looks like, because we don't have any. I guess that could have been a way that he just won the game if he played Thassa's Oracle, Tainted Pact, and see didn't have any way to do anything.
Oh my! So he's gonna.
I'm curious what he's looking for here. So he could get Vraska's Contempt, and this exiling the Triumph of St. Catherine actually removes it permanently.
Yeah.
Because the Triumph, let's bring that up, only has it when it dies. You get to exile it and put it in the top six cards.
Yeah, 6 cards shuffled.
Yeah, so that is a way to permanently deal with it. So he might be looking for that, but again, it doesn't deal with the other problem of the White Plume Adventure or the initiative just being there.
Okay,
that's
he's
the
thinking about
Vraska's
it.
Contempt I was talking about. Yeah, I'm curious what he was kind of thinking of when he went to play the Tainted Pact here.
And there's, like, looking at the rest of it too, right? It's
yeah.
best way to permanently remove. You get that 2 extra life, right? You know you're going to be hit in the face for 5 no matter what this next little bit. You stem the bleeding, so all those cards are gone. Did we see anything else that he may need out of those cards that he exiled?
I don't think. Well, so the Demonic Consultation was there.
Yeah.
It looked like so that now
line
means
is
that
now
Thassa's
gone.
Oracle Demonic Consultation is no longer available. I guess he could maybe rebuy the. Excuse me.
Tainted Pact.
The Tainted Pact to combo off potentially.
It looks like he's maybe asking for a graveyard kind of check of what's in there right now. So he's fetching. Kind of hard to see what Sia has in his hand here.
Yeah. Oh, Chain Lightning. It looks like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I think, and
So he'd be at 1 potentially next turn,
maybe
Matthew.
a Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage would end it. Because Bolt, Snap Bolt.
I don't even think you need to do that. Oh no, it looks like Murktide Region, I think.
Murktide?
I couldn't tell for sure.
All that we know is Matthew's in a tricky spot. He's backed in the corner.
Tricky spot.
Yeah, he has to put up his hands and fight here.
So looks like we're going down to 5 life off of a shock. Just a quick check. We do have Underground Sea in the deck. Oh, but it's already out.
5 feels really risky.
Did he really need the
Go up by 2.
blue black?
Wait, he's dead to Bolt.
Well, where's the bolt? Where are you seeing bolts?
Chain
Lightning.
Oh, it's Chain Lightning. Oh, okay. I thought it was Bolt.
I guess he can untap and play. Oh no, he doesn't have enough red sources to do that.
Oh, this is.
I guess he had to get the the Watery Grave, or else he didn't have the requisite black mana to play the Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah.
But he gains the 2 life back. But now it's
It
is 5.
Okay, 5.
Oh, so he's
and
dead.
then
Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning him to death.
Gonna kill him.
So.
Yippers. Scroll up all the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It didn't work. Yeah, all the way.
That's the there.
It's being finicky. Come on.
There.
Yeah, there we go. Better. Yep. Okay, that's game
Lightning.
1.
All right. Let's bring it back while we're waiting. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do this. We want to look at some more cards.
More cards?
More
Here
cards.
we go.
No, we're going even further back.
Where are we going?
We're going to Wilds of Eldraine.
Okay.
I feel like this set.
This set got
okay,
wild.
No. Okay. So I feel like this set, a lot of people were like for the most part, it's not the most powerful set. And I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I do think there's quite a few cool cards.
Agatha's Soul Cauldron
It's pretty
is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. Have you been playing it at all, or seeing it played?
I've been seeing it played.
Okay.
I want to build a deck
Yeah.
with it as well,
Yeah.
just because giving a 1/1 the abilities of a planeswalker,
Yep.
right? Sounds really
Wait,
fun.
is that how that? No.
From a creature. Which creature? Grist. Grist.
Oh my gosh.
So
Does that work like that?
Yes, because it is a creature in everywhere but the battlefield.
That is.
So everything
pretty gross.
becomes a grist.
Yeah.
So that looks really fun to do in a deck.
That is hilarious. Okay.
And then Besiege the Mirror as well. It's just
Yeah, and like this card, I think has been seeing a lot of play in like outside of Highlander as well. I think Legacy, it was doing a lot of stuff with Storm decks and whatnot. I'm not a Legacy, I don't keep up with the format, but Rick, I like vicariously live through Rick.
Yes.
He keeps me up with what's happening in the Legacy format, which I think makes a lot of sense because I think there's a lot of transferable knowledge. Like if you see cards doing well in Legacy or Vintage, there is a very good likelihood that they can play in Highlander.
Absolutely.
A lot of similarity. I do want to call out, I think I wouldn't say it's a pet card, but I've just been loving this card in like, again, a Pioneer deck. Actually, there's no point in me scrolling down. It's going to be like at the bottom. But I do want to, can I search here?
doesn't look like it. Unless we do price
Let's go uncommons, because, Monstrous Rage. This card is sick. So the creature gets +2/+0 and a monster roll token, which is an enchant aura that gives it +1/+1 in trample. So think of that like basically it's a +1/+1 counter and a trample counter.
That's
effectively.
really good.
So that stays forever, and for that turn, it's getting +2/+0. So it's like a +3/+1 and trample spell
for one.
And
that's good.
It's like I'm playing this like red green blitz kind of deck, which has been a lot of fun, and I play all like the Quirion Dryad type cards. But this definitely would go into like my mono red deck if I were to tweak it
like the
for
red deck
nowadays, or like a blitz kind of decks for sure. This puts out a lot of power, and the trample, like they go to chump,
trample piece,
and you're just like, oh, here's extra like 6 damage or something going at you.
Ugh.
Yeah, with the prowess creatures, it's like +4. Right? So
like just by one spell, which is good, and the trample piece, which is huge, especially for like Soul Scar Mage or one of these others, right?
Monastery Swift Spear, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little cheeky uncommon. We're gonna go back to the gameplay here. Looks like our players are
just about to be ready.
gotta go back. Yeah, to the
There we go.
So.
Oh, this way.
Yeah,
there we go.
We did it.
So yeah,
beans. Yeah, like I don't know. I've heard of people like thinking about up the beanstalk because it's made such a splash in Modern and Legacy, right? All these pitch spells and delve spells, but do you have enough of a concentration of those types of cards available?
5 CMC or more.
But that can be played like on the
enough.
cheap somehow, right? Like you cheat it.
You run in Jeskai Green?
I've heard of people running it in that kind of a deck. It's interesting. Yeah.
I found, especially in some of mine, it's good with the pitch elementals and the ley line binding too, right? But I find it tricky too because it all depends on meta, right?
Yes,
That's the big thing, right? If your meta is like going super quick, super combo heavy, right? Yes, the pitch spells are still good.
But a lot of those deal with like creatures,
right?
Exactly. Except for Force of Will, for example.
Yeah, so it's I found for myself, it's kind of one of those cards that I'm not 100% sure still on. I think the card's amazing, right? But I'm just thinking of other slots that may do something. It's great that it draws itself. Right,
in a creature heavy meta, I could see you doing something with like, so you'd have Fury, you'd have Pyrokinesis, you'd have the black pitch spell that gives -2/-1 counters on like 2 creatures, like so you could do that kind of stuff and like delve spells to like round it out or something like that.
Go with it. That could be your points, right? Within dig and digging treasure cruise, right? So
Yeah. All right. So looks like we are about to start here, and Sia kept 7, and Matthew went to 6 on the play. That seems like a very good card to start the game.
Goodness. That could be defining.
Unless Matthew plays Wasteland, I think this might be over. Yeah. Like,
where's Library of Alexandria?
It is in the L's because that's how spelling works.
P.
Elemento. GG.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but this card is insanely good in this kind of matchup, and the fact that Sia is on the draw and has that 7th card to activate it basically every turn. This is like a personal howling mine. Like he's discarding to hand size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. Oh wow. This is going to be tough for Matthew here.
Yeah.
I feel because he's going to want to get pressure on the board if he can, just to.
But he's not that kind of deck.
He's not that kind of deck,
Yeah.
right? Please don't slam Wilderness Wreck as well on turn 4 when he's drawing.
Into open mana.
Yeah, into open mana with an library, because you know that's what Sia's doing if he's discarding the hand size, right? He's just looking for the best cards in this matchup right now.
Yes, Contagion. That's the card.
Yeah.
Nightmare Newborn. Thank you. Yeah. This.
Okay,
Opposition Agent would have been so good here.
Oh,
But again, it's like this actually changes a lot because it's open deck list. The fact that Sia knows for a fact that Matthew does not have Opposition Agent, he can do this play, and like the worst thing that can happen is like Matt. And I guess here Matthew's afraid of Sia stifling him.
Yeah, stifling is kind of
this makes sense.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Especially when library only taps for colorless.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But
this does provide an opening for Matthew, though, right? He's gonna untap, hopefully, right, with 3 mana, and maybe can get something out. It'd be, I think, best case scenario, maybe he's getting down a Planeswalker or something. That needs to be pressured throughout this. It'll be interesting to see what kind of happens here, though. Yeah. See, he's just going to draw a card right on the end step.
Oh, we forgot to update the match.
The
yeah,
match.
sorry, folks. So we have left score. So Sia won our first game.
Yeah.
There we go. There.
Perfect.
Yes, apologies for that. So this is game 2. Matthew was on the play, but Sia starting off with the Library of Alexandria, I think, actually puts him on the back foot.
Yeah, and he's just discarded 2 lands for each of his, hand size of coming down. So it's just going to be chock full of spells.
Yeah.
And yes, Sia only has 2 blue at the moment, but he does have access to 3. This is going to be really tough.
Yeah.
I wonder what Matthew kept as well within this hand, right? More of a reactive. And kind of going from there.
I mean, if we're looking back on the tournament as a whole thus far, with the exception of that first game against Eric, where Sia kind of punted, right? Like he's looked unbeatable. Like the deck has looked unbeatable. He doesn't seem to have been making any errors, or the deck has been giving him exactly the kind of things he needs to be successful.
Yeah. Wait a second. You surveil and then you can draw it right away if you want to. We're on top. Oh my! Wow, this is
powerful magic.
Yeah, this is what magic is. Okay, surveil 1. Do you want it? Yes or no? Draw the other card. Draw for turn. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Seems good.
Okay, that seems good.
Seems good.
All right. This is why this card is banned in many other formats.
Yep.
So that is. He just passes. Go discard the hand.
A card. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. See. Oh. So if I know Sia, he's got to have Force of Will in his hand.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Just gets Stranded Locked.
See, that's.
Counter. I wonder if he's just trying to bait out.
What happens if Matthew plays Wilderness Reclamation?
Oh, True Name Nemesis.
Oh.
Okay.
So
yes.
Maybe I spoke too soon, because that actually. Sia might have made an error there. I think that might have been getting too aggressive, because he was going to be hitting land drops for now until the end of time.
Yeah.
Like there's no way he's not hitting land drops, drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, and now he has this creature that
he can't deal with. I don't think.
Does he have anything that deals with it? Does he have any board rights?
I don't think he has. Oh, sorry. Supreme Verdict? No. Swords can't touch it.
I don't know if he does.
Yeah.
This might just be like a slow,
He's
somewhat fast
I mean,
death.
like there are ways he can race it. Like he
Yeah.
can play Triumph of St. Catherine and kind of put it on Matthew to actually find something. Like the life gain could get him into
Does
it.
dress down into blocking? Does that work?
Oh, or just targeting. Creatures lose all abilities, right?
So
yes,
it would
that
lose its
work.
text
Yes,
and then go
yes.
from there, right?
Yep,
So-
I guess that is a way to deal with it.
Yep, and plays a Murktide here. Only a 4/4 right now, so
Yeah.
yes, he is winning this race by 1 point right now. And Matthew's missed
Wait, no, does he? Because like Matthew's getting the first shot.
first
at
shot,
attack.
and then so he has actually
He might. I'm not smart enough at this point in time to do the
goes
math.
down there.
But it would be close, I think.
3 turns. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, he's still 1 turn ahead here. Dress down, it seems like one of his only outs for this. Dress down, so it loses the ability. What? Oh, hitting the library.
Okay. I feel, yeah. I mean, it's not, I guess you kind of have to, kind of priced into doing it, but
Yeah. He still
feels
gets a
bad.
land from it, right?
Feels bad,
and
yeah.
untapped land as well, so
Yeah.
now he has 3.
yeah.
And he thins his deck.
Super
The deck
critical.
the deck thin.
He wins the race with Murktide. Yeah, I think you're right. 'cause
3
it's 5
goes down
turns.
to 12, right?
They
Goes to
each have
14.
5 more turns of
Yeah.
attacking, given the current, stats,
Mm-hmm.
and Sia is kind of getting the first of the 5 attacks in here. So yeah, yes.
This will be...
Told you it's the end of a long day. My brain ain't work so
Yeah,
good.
mushy.
Moshi.
Mushy brain. Mushy.
And like Murktide is actually, I think, quite difficult for Matthew's deck to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does have hard removal spells, but they're like 3 mana.
Yeah.
He has like Hero's Downfall.
He does have
and
Assassin's
Murderous
Trophy.
Rider. Yeah, there's Assassin's Trophy, but giving more mana to Sia.
Not good.
Like he can't Fatal Push it. He's not playing something like I would have expected a deck like this to play something like Bitter. What's that? Bitter Triumph, the new removal spell. I think that card's very good actually.
Yeah. Baleful Strix can somewhat
Yeah.
effectively, but like it could be removed in return. So okay, Matthew getting to 4 mana, which is what he
Finally.
wants. But like if Sia just digs through times or something like that too, right?
Right.
Like he puts some more cards in his graveyard.
Doesn't even need to. He has enough to do it.
Wait,
What?
does this? No, this doesn't stop our turning.
No.
No, he's just trying to get
I
on the
think
board
he's just
for
playing
racing.
a guy. Ooh.
Does he have dress
Well,
down
cut
in
down.
hand? We're not sure if he does. Okay, cut down, mental missteps it.
I mean, he might
Pays
have,
for mental misstep as well.
he might have a dress down in hand, but if he does, I don't think he wants to cast it because it opens up his own guy to
Yeah,
getting
getting
sniped.
blocked.
Or just
Anything.
filled with a fire ice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Anything really, right?
Yeah, loses all abilities.
So, yeah, this race is not looking good now.
Sorry, we didn't put the dress down up on screen because we thought he had it. We just put it up on screen because
One of the only ways to
actually, honestly, I think it just my cursor landed on it by accident. So
It's okay.
there's
It
a
happens.
purpose.
It happens. Final turn, yeah.
That's true because then he could it would go to a ground creature, but seems real bad.
He's still
Like,
attacking.
I don't think that's a winning play. That's like a maybe I don't lose right this moment play.
He's gonna be taking what, 7 this turn, going to 7 when Sia gets the turn back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ever since the first game, as you were mentioning, Adam, it's just looked pretty convincing for Sia the entire time. Oh, look at that cut drop. Did you see that?
So, yeah, I mean, technically, we know that Misty Rainforest. Yeah, and so we're doing this properly. So as soon as that Misty Rainforest gets flipped and then he cuts it, you know it's like in the middle of the deck somewhere. You should just fully reshuffle
Shuffle?
and then cut again.
Yeah.
So this is the proper way to
Do it.
To do it. Yeah.
And now he's
And now let's not drop any cards. All
There
right,
we go.
we did. Oh, and just one.
Just
okay,
one.
that was the Misty Rainforest.
okay. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And Treasure
Wait, what?
Cruise.
Treasure Cruise? Oh my gosh.
I think isn't he dead? No, he's not dead.
Who? Oh, because the counters.
Yeah.
Oh, you only got one
Okay,
more
only
counter on
one. Okay, he drew Mystic Sanctuary. And that's how it got knocked off.
Yeah, you went to go grab the one card.
Yeah.
Fell off. So, Sia is, very much winning the race now. Attacking for,
Okay, what does he got? Endurance. Okay, so he's gonna block.
Block the Tidebinder. But Sia just has so many cards. Yeah, Sia.
Remand, draw.
See ya.
Oh. Yeah, this looks like the writing on the wall. Just the tempo play of it all too, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to cast the endurance again. We know that, just to live. And I think
I don't even think that's
true
gonna
name. I think
work.
the true name just has to stay on defense here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to.
True name, stay on defense, play the endurance just to jump block the big flyer.
No, only if a card goes to exile. I think it is.
Let's bring it up.
We'll look it up. I'm
Murktide.
pretty sure if it's a instant or sorcery goes to exile.
Leaves your
Oh
graveyard.
yeah, you're right.
it
Yeah,
would.
no, it would.
I mean, he can target his own graveyard.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
have to target
and he doesn't have
his
to take
opponent.
the action, right? So
Let's double
I think
check.
it's a May is endurance.
Up to one target player, yeah. So you can just say, I'm not targeting anyone.
So I think
So
on,
doesn't need to. It can just be a 3/4 flash reach.
yeah, this.
What are we doing? Oh, the Mystic Sanctuary, putting it on top, and that actually grows the Murktide Regent.
Oh my goodness.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
he knows that he has the endurance,
Yeah.
so he's not going to attack the Tidebinder.
Yeah.
Has to basically chump block here.
Which is like super awkward because now that true name
Shark
just didn't do
Typhoon.
anything.
Okay, that's actually a good play in it because
Oh, but this
an
is just gonna
ability.
get killed. It's gonna like dome it with a
just anything, any removal spell.
yeah.
Yeah, it's better than I guess casting the endurance because
It's countered.
it gets countered, but any other removal spell, I guess both. Which poison are you going to take, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And
there's
Fire
that fire
Ice.
ice.
Just tap it. Don't even just do the disrespect. Just tap it so it can't play. Tap and draw. And what does he do? He has to have Force of Will, right? Spell Pierce doesn't work. Yeah, that's game.
It. Wow. Well done.
Wow.
Sia, our champion. This is a best of 3. So
Wow.
with that, let's update our bracket for you.
The champion.
The champion. Hold on one second. We're gonna do it in a moment. Copy this, and then
Control V.
where are you? Why is it not there? You
Champion.
Bam. Done. Boom. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we'll move it
I
over.
mucked it up. Hold on.
No one saw anything.
No one's
Pause.
seeing anything.
Pause.
Uh,
There we go.
yeah.
Awesome.
GG's. Wow.
That was
Sia
awesome.
taking it down with Jeskai Green. I mean, the deck. It's funny because there's 2 Jeskai Greens in the tournament, and one of them got knocked out in the first round.
Right away.
Right away, immediately. But Sia, very technically good player. I'm sure also had a bit of luck on his side. having Library of Alexandria in that last round,
my
that
goodness.
last game seemed really gross.
That was good.
But yeah, that deck seemed like it was firing on all cylinders all day long. We're gonna bring you back to the I'm Adam, and this is Will,
Hello, everyone.
esteemed co-host. And yeah, we are gonna be bringing over. Yeah, we're gonna be bringing over the champion of the Invitational in just a moment, Sia Vash, and he's going to talk a little bit about his experience today, and maybe we can ask him a little bit about how things have gone throughout the
day
last
of it
few
all.
months going to these tournaments. But yeah, I guess any thoughts on kind of like the tournament thus far, the format? Are you any decks you're eager to brew based on what you're seeing today or not seeing?
Some more Bant Blank. I think I'm going to brew.
Initiative.
Yeah, some more initiative cards.
Yep.
I am quite surprised by seeing not as many fast combos. There was only one really here today. But I think within the meta of where the store is right now, I don't think it's going to get through, right? Where all the decks were, right? The permission spells are too heavy, and it's going to be hard for it. So I think there's some MVP plays out there today. We had some fun stifles. We had some fun misplays as well from everyone. So it
some LVPs.
Yes, LVPs, right? So it was a really good time.
Least valuable plays.
And we'll kind of go from there for it. So hopefully people can join us for the upcoming tournaments and other events that we have here.
Yep.
And I think we have Sia ready in just a moment.
Yeah, we're probably going to go to a BRB screen just for literally like 2 seconds while I take my mic and put it on Sia. So don't go away. We'll be right back in a moment in order to chat with our champion. And this is the last time you're probably going to see me. So thank you all so much. And
thanks, Adam. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
okay?
it's been great.
Awesome.
I'll see you when you drive me home after this.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, that's happening.
All right. We'll see you folks in a moment. You really rallied from that.
You rallied
from my game one.
From game one to here. So how do you feel, Sia? How do you feel, my man?
I still feel the game one of the first round.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So tell us, so when we were watching, and for those who are watching right now, and just a little recap, you know, Sia, we've talked about it probably a couple of times and thrown shade about the play.
I'm going to listen to the clips after.
Yeah, you're going to listen to the clips? Now, it was Atasha's tie binder into your own.
Into my own dress down.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to be so good.
Yeah.
Because I scammed my Fury too, but...
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wow, the Fury's out. This Retrofitted Foundry's like going to take over the game, if anything, right? And
but after that throwaway, I didn't lose another game.
I know,
So the deck was good afterwards.
Yeah, you crushed it. Now, have you been playing this deck for a while, or?
Yeah, this is the deck
together?
I usually play most of the time. Either Jeskai or Jeskai Green. I think it's the strongest choice you can play. Recall is super busted, even with the point increase.
Oh my goodness. Drawing 6 in one turn?
I mean, I did it. I only think I drew it 2 games, but even that, it's just like so backbreaking for the opponents.
Yeah.
So
it puts you so far ahead.
Yeah, the cards are fun. Cantrips are fun. Lightning Bolt is fun. So
it's good.
It's a good deck. Yeah.
What do you think was your toughest matchup today?
The toughest matchup was definitely lands. I played against Dave a couple times a few weeks ago, and I was getting consistently crushed. So in these games against him, I had stifled both games, which is the most important card. And I also had base land. Yeah. So if he can, So when he interacts with my land, I can't do anything. And he didn't have like a animate the Titan or anything. So
you were finding that. Yeah, I was even chatting with Dave afterwards too, right? And he said, I was playing with Sia, I was like crushing him.
He was crushing me. Yeah. Like it was like the strip mine and the base land, I was just like stood no chance. But this time he didn't draw it in the right order, and I had stifle. So
and even I thought like the play draw too, right? Like you went basically island go, and he goes slam an exploration. And you're like, no, spell pierce, and then it just like from there it just felt like. You know, the shift in the game.
Yeah, so if he can early on attack my land base, I can't win the game at all.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's pretty impressive. And your card, right? So looking at the finals that we had there, game 1 was pretty close, right?
Yeah.
And then, he slammed the Wilderness Wreck, which we didn't expect, right? Because
I didn't expect it either.
It seemed like a kind of a slow pace for it, so we were a bit surprised. And you had the Force of Negation, too. Yeah. So that must have felt good.
That was good, yeah. I didn't have to pitch cast. I had double Force in my opening hand, which is not great in the fair matchups. You really want to have like a 1-to-1 conversion, but it worked out that I could trade. And at the end, when he cast Tainted Pact, I thought he has Consultation and Thassa's Oracle. Yeah. I thought he was looking for a protection spell. And I had nothing in my hand. But he didn't end up having it.
He was just looking for something there.
Yeah. And the initiative is, pretty okay.
We talked about that, taking the step forward with initiative and, just running away with the game for that.
Yep.
And in that last game, right, it's you're up 1. Like, what kind of hand are you trying to keep there? Well, of course, you had library, which
I think I had the best opening.
Best.
So in the best, like, if you're on the draw, the control mirror, library is what you want. The entire time. Even though I was discarding lands, it's the best card in the mirror. But the forces are not great. except if he's trying to win. So you're just looking for, I don't know, card draw and counter spells. But it worked out. Library's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's I think, we were saying after your first mishap of stifling your own brain there, you played immaculate, right? Like I think you like hunkered down and you're like, I'm not messing up. And I've seen you play some really great Modern, right, before, and Pioneer. So you brought out your A game, and I think that really showed.
Yeah, let me see if I can stifle again in Modern or something.
I know, maybe.
I'll try my best.
That's the thing. So, is there anything that you want to say? Right, you're walking away with a nice prize.
I think Highlander is very fun. I think everyone should show up. There's 10 proxy rules, so you can play anything. Any deck is possible. Jeskai green is a little disgusting, but you can try it. You can play anything.
Yep.
You can play anything. So everyone definitely come out. It's great.
Yeah, no,
it's fun.
It's a good time.
Come play with us. Yeah.
It's a fun time. It's a good time that we have here too, and yeah, it's we hope
thank
that
you for casting, Will.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, no, Adam and I had a blast doing it. We're thankful to be here, and ETB for hosting the event as well in Newmarket, Davis and Young, Canada as well. I'd have to say, right? So lots of events happening always. So awesome. Okay,
very fun.
Thanks very much, Sia, and congrats as well on the big win. And buy me some credit. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to set up? You want me to change the scene for you guys?
Yeah, go to BRB quickly.
Okay, we're going to go to BRB, everybody. Thanks very much for everything today, and the people of the store are going to take that call.
Look at me.
Hey,
Look at you.
you haven't seen me at all today.
Not all
actually.
today, but man with the plan. Doing everything.
Yeah.
That went pretty good.
It went pretty well. I think it seems like everybody enjoyed themselves.
I did okay.
I thought Dave would win, but hey.
I didn't get to really play a spell, and I could have done maybe one thing different to like dodge a couple of counter spells, but
Yeah. Happens.
But I just wanted to jump back on with Frank and say thanks, because this man has been basically running a marathon all day.
That's what I do. We do it all for you guys, either in the stream, or if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching it back on Twitch, whatever it is. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Well, Spazzy, if you wanna get merch, we got merch, but this is for team members.
Yes. So if you come up to Canada and join one of our teams, then we'll get you a jersey.
Yeah.
But until then, sorry. You can get one of these shirts, a sweater. We got really nice hoodies too.
Yeah.
So
Hats.
I think we're out of hats right now.
Yeah. So Will was talking about, shoutouts. I want to do a bunch of shoutouts.
Sure.
Everyone who came in, and like everyone who participated throughout the year, because like the more people that participate, the larger our pot grows for this top 8.
True.
So if we get, it is late. If we get more people, then we can get like a more active event, more active community, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So we want as many people to come as possible in and around Ontario. We do Highlander tournaments on the last Saturday of every month. So I think we're going to have one on the 24th.
And if you want to try Highlander, I have a birds deck that does really well despite being terrible, and you can come in and try it.
Yeah, and I'm here. I always have my deck on me, so I'm always willing to play. So I wanted to give a shout out to Adam Delgobo for coming by, and Will Sorley for coming by and commentating. They did a great job. Bobby,
amazing job.
Our judge, did a great job. He was judging 2 events at the same time. We actually had our standard store championship.
Yeah, we did. That was a mistake. We should not have had both.
I scheduled the Highlander event first.
Yeah.
And then Chris said, "Hey, we have to do it today. We have to do it today." So.
I also had a Yu-Gi-Oh event, but that's regular. So.
Yeah. So the store's been bustling. Everyone's been doing a good job, and So things coming up. There's a Highlander event at the end of the month. There's Legacy 1K.
That's true.
That is happening on the 23rd. We're doing we have a partnership with Legacy of the North in Ontario, and a bunch of guys are coming out to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same setup. So I think Ben's gonna be running at that
Yep,
time. And
yep.
but yeah, you can see that on the 23rd of March.
Yeah.
And proxies are allowed. So if you want to play Legacy,
If you want to play Legacy,
and
it's
you don't want to
100%
spend the money,
It's 100% proxy.
yeah, you have to spend the entry money,
yeah.
but that's kind of it.
I think entry's like $35.
Yep.
You can find everything on our website.
EnterTheBattlefield.ca. Oh, sorry.
There you got it.
I'm gonna put it.
You
I'm put it
got
right.
You got it.
I'm gonna put it there.
Yeah, I don't think I missed anything except
No.
for.
That's it. We didn't miss anything. I already said like, comment, subscribe.
You did?
I did.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All
We
the
can do it
checkmarks.
again.
can do it
Like,
again?
comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
That'd be great. It really helps. Comment down below who you thought was gonna win.
Yeah.
As opposed to who you actually won. And yeah,
These will be up on YouTube
they will be.
at some point. I was saying to Frank that we got a couple of recent big events happening with Canadian Highlander. The last week was actually the Yellow Jacket top 8 invitational.
Oh yes, it was.
So a good opener for us. Open for the strong ones.
And you know what? Ours is better anyway. Ours is much better. So, all right, guys. Well, we will see you in the next stream, which will be Wednesday. And until then, see you later. Bye.